They had a graduation ceremony over here at the Academy of Alameda today. So I'm gonna do my shout out. I hope I don't scare these people when I start yelling. But you know, hey, I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragon. This dragon's got my hair. Sugar boom.
After 6 o'clock p.m. time to give shout out. It's 6 o'clock p.m.
Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragon. This dragon's got my hair. Sugar boom boom.
Hello, West Alameda. It's after 6 o'clock. It's time to give a shout out and thank you to all the frontline, the essential workers, to the doctors, the nurses, the longshoremen, the bus drivers, the farm workers, the parents, the teachers, the counselors, postal employees. So please, if you hear my voice, you clap your hands, honk your horns, shout, make some noise! Frontline workers, thank you! All right! Thanks, you guys. Yeah! Well, I got a response because these people over here were having their, at the Academy of Alameda, which used to be Chipman Middle School. And so they were doing their graduation ceremony. It was really nice. And, you know, so now this is their last official day of school. I understand the teachers and the staff will be coming back to make sure everything gets situated. And, yeah, graduation is a good thing. All of that was actually full. The whole parking lot was full with people, with the students and the teachers and the parents and family members. So these are the ones who are just now getting ready to leave. Okay, so let me go inside and do this. Okay, so today, let me open the window because it's hot in here. Today is 441, the 441st day since April the 1st, 2020. Today's date is June the 15th, 2021. According to the Corona Pandemic Live on YouTube, we've had 3,841,444 fatalities all over the world. And right here in the United States, it's 615,680. And then if you look at what it was yesterday, you can see the difference between today and Monday. Then we go over to April 2020. Around the world, it was 263,000. And here in the United States, 73,039. So I want to give a birthday shout out today. And so this is from my friend Rosencruz Samira, his daughter. Her name is Crystal. Happy birthday to you, Crystal, daughter of Rosencruz Samira. Me and Cruz, we go back. That's my partner. We went to college together. So, yeah. Crystal, you don't know me, but I know your dad. He a hella cool dude, but I know you know he's already cool. But anyway, happy birthday to you, young lady. Maligayang Karawan. Okay. And also want to give birthday greetings. Shout out to Leandre Powell. Leandre is now in the military, but he used to go to that school right next door when it was called Chipman Middle School. He was also a member of the Cougar Cadet Corps, and he was a drummer and great guy. And happy birthday, Leandre. Emma Morton, Stephen Davis, Layla Lopez, and Mickey Thomas. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you guys. Mickey Thomas was also a student at Chipman Middle School and also a member of the Cougar Cadet Corps.
Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragon. This dragon's got my head. Sugar boom.
After 6 o'clock p.m. time to give shout out, it's 6:05 p.m.
Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragons.
So that's my theme song, y'all. Chasing Dragons. June 15th, 1864. This is Arlington National Cemetery was established on 200 acres of the Confederate slave owner by the name of Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee was actually in the Union Army when the Civil War broke out. He decided to follow the state of Virginia because Virginia decided they no longer wanted to be in the Union, and the war was because of the fact that the Confederate states who left wanted to have the right to keep slaves. Robert E. Lee was a slave owner, and so he joined the Confederate Army, and it was called Arlington, and this was owned by Robert E. Lee and his family. And when he joined the Confederate Army, so in the middle of the Civil War, this was land that was left behind, and the United States government took it over. I mean, why not? He wasn't nothing but a Confederate. He was actually a traitor. You figure that all those who took the oath of allegiance to the United States government and then they broke their allegiance by going over to the Confederates, that would make them traitors. I know that the revisionist history, they always want to make it seem like the Confederates were such good guys fighting for their way of life. Well, what was their way of life? Their way of life was slavery. They wanted to keep slaves. And everything we hear about Robert E. Lee, what a good guy he was, and he might have been. He was a great general. He was a great general. He defeated Union armies, and defeated Union generals left and right. He did that. I got to give him credit or props for that. But all in all, the man was a slave owner. He was a slave trader. He dealt in slaves, trading slaves back and forth, and that's what it was. So, United States Secretary of War is Edwin M. Stanton, and that's when they established it. And over the years, hey Michelle, what's up? Over the years, they added, so the cemetery's big, Arlington National Cemetery. Arlington was actually okay. So if I'm not mistaken, George Washington's wife, Custis, her last name was Custis. She inherited the property. And on the condition that it would never be sold. So anyway, and the grandson or great grandson or whatever went on and filed suit with the United States government for the fact that they took that land, and he won the case. The Supreme Court said give it back. He got it back, and then he turned around and sold it back to the United States. I guess they had all these people dead in the cemetery by then, so I guess that was their thing, do that. Anyway, today, June 15th, 1864, that's what happened. And hey, Cruz, I see you on here. Hey, Cruz, man. Yeah, hey, it's your daughter, bro. I got to sit up here and say that for your daughter, man. Hey, y'all, that's my boy, Cruz. I'm his boy. And, yeah, we go way back, all right? Okay. Bahala Na, today on June 15th, world and local events. So y'all know all about Donald Duck Trump the clown. They have emails where Donald Duck was ordering, pushing, pressuring, whatever you want to call it, DOJ, the Department of Justice, to overturn the election results of November 2020. They refused. They refused the POTUS. They said, no, we're not going to do it. One of the guys even said, I'm not even going to bother to answer this. So that's what happened. Right. Okay. Today, United States Senate approved a bill. That doesn't mean it's passed. It just means the Senate approved a bill to declare Juneteenth a national holiday. So for those of y'all who don't know, Juneteenth, so Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863. Okay? The Civil War continued until April of 1865. Union troops.
Sugar boom boom, I'm chasing dragons.
Union troops under General, I think it was General Garner or General Gordon. Anyway, Union soldiers marched into Galveston, Texas in June 1865. And I'm assuming it was like June 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. Any one of those days where it would come out to be a 10th. And that's when they told the Confederates, the Texas slave owners, and the African enslaved people that they were no longer slaves and that they were now free men and women. So after that, the slaves, the freed slaves, took it upon themselves to celebrate, and they would call it Freedom Day, Liberty Day, Jubilee Day, and eventually it became Juneteenth. So now they're having a thing. So y'all know the flag that I fly is the red, black, and green, the African American flag, the Pan-African flag that Marcus Garvey put together back in, hey Mabel, what's up with you, babe? They put together back in the 1920s. That's the flag that I fly on Juneteenth, and every African American thing of importance. When you see a lot of Black Lives Matter protests and demonstrations, I see so many more Pan-African flags flying. Well, I understand now that there's somebody back in 1995, I'm not sure, somebody came up with a flag. It's got the red, white, and blue in it, and got a star, white star to represent Texas, and the thing Nova and all of that. So that's what they're pushing to be for the flag for Juneteenth, and that's fine for those of our people who choose to fly the red, white, blue flag to designate Juneteenth. And I believe the words 1865 was on emblazoned on it. You can look that up on Google. I saw it on Google. That's fine. I don't have no problem with people who use that flag. That's all good. I won't. I will always fly the African American, the Pan-African flag, red, black, and green. Red is for the blood that our people shed. Okay? All the millions who died in the, and coming over here, on slave ships. Okay? Black is for our people, and green is for liberty and for our land. You remember the 40 acres and a mule we were supposed to get at the end of the Civil War, which we never got. So that to me has more symbolism and more, what I prefer to say about the flags. But like I said, for those who choose to do the other one, that's fine. God bless you. Do your thing. All right. World and local events. On June 15th, 1389, the Ottoman Empire defeated the Christian army of Serbia and Bosnia at the Battle of Kosovo. Okay, so they did that, and evidently Bosnia a lot of the Bosnians ended up becoming Muslims because, anytime you're in a war and you lose, that's what you do. The Christians, they're famous for doing it, forcing Christianity on people. It's like when Spain pushed the Muslims out of Spain, they gave the Muslims and the Jews a choice. You can stay here in Spain, but you got to convert to Catholicism, or you can leave, but when you leave all your money and everything behind. You can't take your money with you. You got to leave it. Or if you choose not to convert and you choose not to leave your money, we'll just kill you, the Inquisition. So there's no difference between what the Muslims do in terms of having people convert to Islam, and no difference from what the Christians did. And Judaism, the Jews did the same thing back in the Old Testament. I'm not even sure if they actually converted anybody to become Jews. Everything I read in the Old Testament, they just killed everybody that wasn't Hebrew. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. June 15th, 1648, Margaret Jones was the first victim to be hanged for witchcraft in Boston, Massachusetts. I always hear about Salem, Massachusetts. I had no idea that somebody got hung for witchcraft in Boston. Every time I see this thing about witchcraft, I'm always assuming that they got burned at the stake, but now I'm beginning to find out that a lot of them didn't actually get burned. They just got hung. June 15th, 1836, Arkansas became the 25th state to be admitted into the Union. And then in 1861, they decided to join the Confederacy. So, yeah. Anyway, here's to Arkansas, my sister and my brother-in-law and my niece. Y'all live out there in Arkansas, so okay. Hello, Arkansas. June 15th, 1877. Henry O. Flipper. He became the first African American to graduate from West Point. That's awesome. But what they don't tell you on the little history calendar that I looked up about Henry Flipper being the first African American, the whole time when he was at West Point, the fellow cadets never even spoke to him, never had anything to do with him. And then when he graduated from West Point, they sent him to a black regiment, which was the 10th Cavalry. Remember, there was the 9th and the 10th Cavalry, the 24th and the 25th Infantry, 4 regiments of black soldiers, segregated black soldiers, segregated military army units. So he went over there, and there was some white officers who was cool, and his commanding officer was, I believe, was a captain by the name of Norton, and he treated Lieutenant Flipper as an equal. And the other white officers would get mad, like, man, how you gonna do like that? Hey, man, well, your brother went to West Point? Awesome. But he didn't have to go through all that, but, you have to tell me how that went for your brother. So the captain treated Lieutenant Flipper as an equal. He invited, as he invited all officers in the post, he invited Lieutenant Flipper to come to dinner, and the captain had him a wife, and he, and the white racist was mad. The white officers was mad because he was sitting down at dinner with a white woman. Eventually, Lieutenant Flipper ended up becoming involved with Captain Norton's second wife's daughter, something like that. And, that really made everybody mad, because now you got a black lieutenant in the Army talking to a white woman. Oh, God forbid. How can you ever do something like that? Eventually, you got a new commanding officer who hated black people. In particular, he hated black soldiers. And more than that, he hated Lieutenant Flipper for being an officer. Could not stand it. So the first thing he did was he fired him from being quartermaster. And then he turned around and said, I want you to keep I would suggest that you keep all military money, supplies, whatever they do, keep it in your quarters. Well, my understanding is that when you're told to do something by an officer, that's the same thing as being an order. So he did, and then later on they came up there and said that he had stolen money. They tried to set him up. He was eventually cashiered out of the Army, dishonorable discharge, and all that kind of stuff. Years later, his family asked that the charges be dismissed, and I believe it was President Clinton that dismissed the charges, and he ended up eventually getting a pardon. But this was like 100 years later, whatever. But anyway, That's what I want to tell y'all about Lieutenant Henry O. Flipper. His middle name O was Austinian, something like that. All right, so that's the Bahalana, world and local events. All right, prayers and thoughts. I'm going to ask everybody to keep your prayers and your thoughts for all the victims of COVID-19 and ask you to also pray for all those who were killed by thugs, drug dealers, the Ku Klux Klan, the police, the Nazis, the gangbangers, rebels, vigilantes, road rage, co-workers, terrorists, domestic violence, ethnic genocide, white supremacists, those who died because of somebody's stupidity in action. And you know, I'd say this again, this is all about those people who get drunk, get high, and even if they're not drunk and they're not high, they're going on a joyride, being stupid. Maybe they stole a car, or maybe they just doing something stupid like chasing fire trucks or chasing ambulance, and because the fire truck and the ambulance runs a red light, they run the red light, and then they end up killing somebody. Okay? So prayers and thoughts for all of those people. And Mabel, yeah, they did open up Cali today. I didn't even bother to put that on here because it's like everybody knows about it, but Cali did open up, and New York opened up too. So I understand that you still have to wear a mask on the bus. You have to wear a mask on planes and trains. Anything that has to do with federal law, they still have to do it. If you go into a terminal, you got to wear a mask. All of that. And so I went out today, and I went to the store. I wore my mask. There was still a lot of people in the store wearing masks. My decision is I will wear a mask regardless, you know, and I'm like you, Mabel. I will be wearing my mask for a while just to be on the safe side. I don't, you know, because the thing is, it's not like they're, like when you go to a restaurant and go get something to eat, you know, I guess maybe what it is, they're just going to open it up where everybody can come and sit down and not going to separate you by tables and all that kind of stuff. So you take off your mask to eat and to drink or whatever. So I guess that's how that works. But like you, I will be wearing a mask. You know, I'll just take it off when I feel like it's cool. Because a lot of people who have not been vaccinated are still going to be out there doing their thing too. But got to do it. And Ronald Greene. Hey, y'all, you know, I keep talking to you about Ronald Greene. I keep talking about his name. I keep saying his name, and I want to continue to say his name. Hey, Teresa, what's up? How you doing? So I want to continue to say the name of Ronald Greene. Ronald Greene lived in Louisiana, and he was murdered by the Louisiana State Police 2 years ago on May the 10th, 2019. And I'm asking you to look him up on YouTube, look him up on Google, look him up on Facebook, look him up or on any type of media that you trust enough to get information. Okay? This man was murdered by the Louisiana State Police, and the only cop that they actually gave any punishment to was this one cop who got suspended 50 hours. 2 days and 2 hours. That's how much this man's life was worth. And it's not like they just shot him because he was trying to escape. No. They beat the hell out of him. They beat him. And there was no bystander taking video. This all the videos and all the information came from their body cam, the police body cam. Remember I told you about the cop that got 50 hours suspension? He got suspended because he turned off his camera. Nothing to do with murdering Ronald Greene. Another cop ended up being fired, and I guess this is karma, kismet, Bahalana, whatever you want to call it. But as that cop was on his way home, ex-cop was on his way home, he got killed in a car accident. So, you know, say if you ain't got nothing good to say about nobody, don't say nothing bad. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. You know, he got killed in a car accident. And the reason I say the whole thing about the car accident is because when they took Ronald Green to the emergency room, he was already dead. They told the emergency room doctor that Ronald Green had been killed in a car accident. The doctor, being a doctor and having that oath that the medical people have to take, examined Ronald Green. He wasn't going to just take the word of the police. Even though it's Louisiana, I guess Louisiana, they do have people who actually, do the right thing. Ronald Green was supposed to have been killed in a car accident, yet he had taser plugs stuck in his body. He had bruises all over his face and over his body, which was consistent with being beat, not from being in an accident. The cops told the doctor that the car was totaled out, yet there's a picture of the car. It was not totaled out. It was just the car hit a tree. The airbags did not even deploy. And if you look at the body cam videos and stuff, you will see that Ronald Green is pleading. I mean, the man was begging for his life. He was pleading with the police. He kept trying to tell the police, man, I was scared. That's why I was running. And guess what? It was because of allegedly a moving violation. Ronald Green was not able to breathe. They had beat him so bad he was laying in the dirt, his face down in the dirt, and he kept trying to move his face away from the dirt. He kept trying to move his body to a position where he could breathe, and they would beat him and tell him to get back down. So please take the time to look up Ronald Green. And I'll say his name every night because, like I said before, we know what happened to George Floyd. We know what happened to Breonna Taylor. We know what happened to Ahmaud Arbery. We know what happened to countless other black men and women and people of color. We know these things. But this is somebody that we would not have known about. And the only reason we know about this is not because of anybody having any bystander videotaping, but because this came from the body cams of the Louisiana State Police. All right. Anyway, y'all, that's my thing for today. Okay. And congratulations to the Academy of Alameda for their graduation ceremony outside at the school that used to be Chipman Middle School. I can't make this thing work. Yeah, congratulations to them. Chipman Middle School was a public school. We had 3 middle schools in Alameda. Chipman Middle School here on the west side. Wood Middle School in the middle of Alameda. And Lincoln Middle School on the east side. Well, they closed Chipman Middle School down. But Insadale High School, they end up doing what they call Insadale Junior. It's like for middle school kids. It is Insadale Junior. They call them Junior Jets, so that's a good thing. But anyway, hey, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here. Hope everybody has a good day. Stay safe, stay strong. Mabuhay. Aman la uwetu. Ashe. Harambe. Hokahe. Jayu. Mahalo. Shalom. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Insha'Allah. Wakanda forever. Bahala na. Remember, Bahala na is what it is. What will be. Same thing as when you say la vie or que sera. But in Bahala na is Tagalog. But Bahala na also means is then when things go wrong and you fall down, we don't just have this whole thing, well, I guess I'm supposed to be in the dirt. I guess I'm supposed to just lay here because I fell down. I guess because things are going so bad. Hey, pa'alam, Cruz. I guess because things are going so bad that, I'm just going to lay here and wait till I die. Bahala na means we get back and we fight. We fight. Thank you, Teresa. I love you too, baby. Yeah. One love. So that is Bahalana. Bahalana can mean all those things. Bahalana can be whatever you want it to be. Okay? So Bahalana, baby. So I'm up out of here. Everybody stay safe, stay strong. I've been vaccinated, but that's my choice. I choose to wear a mask. That's my choice. For those of you who don't get vaccinated, that's your choice. And I do have family members that have not, and that's their choice. It is what it is, okay? Bahalana, baby. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace. One love. Oh, man. I didn't wear my glasses. I had my glasses I was supposed to wear. I did not wear my glasses. Dang. I like my glasses. I knew there was something I forgot. Dang, why you didn't tell me? You supposed to tell me when I... Man, y'all should see these glasses. Well, I'll wear them tomorrow. Dang. That's what happens when you get old. You forget stuff. I'm old. I'm 72 years old, but it's all good. I'm gonna keep doing this, y'all. This is day 441. I'm gonna keep doing this till I die, whatever day that is. I hope it's gonna be like 10 years from now. It'd be cool. Can you imagine I'll do this 10 years from now? Squinting was cute. You like that, huh? You think squinting was cute? That's all right. I love you anyway, even if you think squinting is cute. Let me stop, y'all. Let me get up out of here. Hey, y'all, have a good one. Peace, one love. I'll turn this off.